you give a recap of your understanding of it right now, and also
Yeah.
because you're in India, like a
Yeah.
country where it has happened, I'd be interested to know what the temperature is right now over there and the vibe, because I would imagine it's very hot.
Yeah.
So should we start there?
So this happened on the 2nd, I believe. Could be wrong about the dates.
So one clarifying question. So the terrorist attack that happened is in India-controlled Kashmir, not
Yes.
Pakistan-controlled.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Yeah. In Pakistan-controlled Kashmir, you're probably not going to find any Hindus just going there as tourists.
Makes sense.
Whatever Hindus were left there, they're down to like 1 to 2%.
That was going to be one of my questions, which I didn't understand from the stories, because my assumption, it was always Kashmir was the conflict area, and I didn't realize that tourists were even allowed to go there or anything like that, but clearly that was a misunderstanding on my part. So India-controlled Kashmir is a tourist spot and has been for a while.
Yeah, so whenever Kashmir has been a tourist spot from the start because it's such a beautiful place. Whenever terrorism is on the rise, people just don't go, right? Since the last 5 to 6 years, it was down. The government was really working hard to maintain peace there, brought jobs there, built up the economy. So people are like, all right, this is great. And they started going. Basically, these, 4 to 5 guys, at least 4, I think. They came in, and it's a meadow, so it's a plain area, and the outside of it is like forest. So they're definitely done their homework. They'd seen that, okay, the tourists are coming to this place, and to get to that specific spot, you can't get there using your car. Like you can drive to a certain spot, and from that spot, I think you have to walk or maybe be on horseback for half an hour to 1 hour to get to that spot. So they knew, so they knew that, okay, even if security is called or army is called, it'll take them at least half an hour to 1 hour to get here to save people. By that time, they would have been done. So they did their homework like that. And they were easily able to just disappear into the forest. That's where they came from. So they had body cams on, so they recorded everything. So they've made videos of themselves killing these people. Yeah.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
Helmet-mounted cameras recorded the entire sequence of events.
Yeah.
And they released that?
I haven't seen them releasing any videos, or maybe in the last few hours they have, I don't know. But they definitely had body cams on. Everybody, all the people who survived it said that they had body cams on.
Damn. Wow.
So yeah, what they did was as soon as they got there, they were like, all right, segregating Muslims on one side, Hindus on one side. Whoever is like a Hindu dude is immediately killed. They would say kalma pad, meaning read the kalma. Kalma is like a Muslim prayer sort of a thing. Then they pull your pants down, and they basically check if you're circumcised or not. Yep. And this was when I saw the video of like a couple, dead tourists, and when the carnage had just begun, and I saw some of those early videos. It was pixelated, but you could tell that the dead body is there, but the pants have been pulled down. I was like, why the fuck did they pull down this dude's pants? Like, even if they wanted to kill him. And then I recalled. I know of this tactic because whenever Hindu-Muslim riots have happened, I've heard of this before as well. That if they want to check if you're a Muslim or not, so that they don't want to kill a Muslim. And if you're not a Muslim and you're like mainly a Hindu, you're not circumcised mostly. So they check that, and then boom, right? So they did that as well. They checked if somebody's, if you could read the kalma, they'll just pull your pants down. All right, you're not a Muslim. Dead. They did not kill any women or children. Some of the women basically saw their husbands being executed in front of them. They were like, I think one of the ladies was like, kill me too. I don't want to live anymore. You've just killed my husband. Just kill me as well. And he said, nah, go tell Modi. I want you to live and go tell. Modi is our prime minister. So he wanted that message to go to him. And so, yeah, they've basically killed, last I checked, at least 27 to 28 people. There's a few who are injured, so hopefully they survive, but if they don't, then the toll might rise. And they said, like, this place is for Muslims only, and shit like this, and they just, yeah. just kill people and just casually walk back into the forests. And there's some people who've made videos of them surviving and like they're like relaxing in this area, and suddenly they hear gunshots.
यहाँ पर अटैक हुआ आतंकवादियों का, हम लोग बाल बचे हैं।
Initially, people don't know. They thought, oh, maybe it's an army exercise. So a lot of people didn't even bother running, thinking it's probably an army thing. And then, of course, I think there was a bit of a stampede-like situation, because when people finally, it hit them that this is an execution happening, people started running. Just heartbreaking stories, like young couples who've just been married like 2 months ago. Young couple, 26, 27-year-olds, just married, and they decided to come to this place for their honeymoon and just, executed.
आप बोले ना मुझे
क्या बोलते भेलपुरी खाली से मेरा पति साइड में था, एक इंसान है उसने उसको गोली मार दी।
यहाँ पे
उसने बोला कि ये शायद मुस्लिम नहीं है, उसने उसको गोली मार दी।
Obviously, like when you ask about the temperature of or the pulse of the people are mad. And I think Prime Minister Modi was on a tour to maybe Saudi Arabia, I think, but then he cut that short and came back to address this. So as far as the response is concerned, I think what you said is bang on. That's what I've heard so far as well, that number one, they have suspended the Indus Water Treaty, but that's not the same as stepping out of it permanently. So it's on suspension right now.
Interesting.
So I don't really know if that means that they've already cut the water supply. I don't think that they have. I'm not sure what that means. Pakistan has already stated that if you cut the water, we'll treat this as an act of war. Right? So that's one. Two is all the Pakistanis who have visas in India, the visas are now no longer valid. Like you said, 48 hours to leave. And the Indians who are in Pakistan on a visa, it's like you have till 1st of May to come back. And the what do you call them? The bureaucrats or the embassy people, they've been kicked out. And I'm pretty sure Pakistan would have done the same to the Indian embassy as well. Bro, what was crazy was when the news people went to the Pakistan embassy as they were leaving, one of that motherfucker had a cake in his hand. And everybody's like, you're celebrating? What are you celebrating? Why do you have a cake in your hand? And he just didn't reply back and just casually just walked out with the cake in his hands. I don't know if it was his birthday or he was just happy about about Hindus being killed like that.
What is the celebration
for?
What is this? Can you please tell us? What is this cake for?
Pakistan, as usual, never accepts responsibility. From what I've heard, at least 2 of those guys are Pakistanis and the other 2 are the local Kashmiri boys. Last time there was a surgical strike and stuff that had happened, but what? A surgical strike had happened when there was an attack. So when they attacked India, again in Kashmir, the response was we conducted a surgical strike in their country. They claimed that you didn't kill, that was a bullshit strike or whatever, according to them. So the guy that really runs that country is not really their prime minister. It's their army chief. So the current army chief is Asif Munir. What was interesting was, just maybe a day or 2 ago before the attack happened, this guy addresses a bunch of Pakistanis living in a foreign country, I don't know where he was, goes on this hate speech about how they're different from Hindus and how Hindus and Muslims can't live together, blah, blah, blah. And that was the foundation, the two-nation theory, which is why Pakistan was formed. We're going to show India, whatever the hell.
We are different from the Hindus in every possible aspect of life. Our religion is different. Our customs are different. Our traditions are different. Our thoughts are different. Our ambitions are different. Don't forget to narrate this story of Pakistan to your next generation.
For no reason, an 80-year-old narrative, he's just brought that back again. So I just find it very interesting that just a couple of days later, we had this attack.